everyone, thanks so much for joining me for today's video. I'm Lauren and I go by Thrift Goddess on Poshmark and Instagram, and I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark Canada. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about the disaster of the time I had yesterday arranging. I had 8 pickups on Facebook Marketplace. Now this stuff wasn't for reselling, it was all for myself, but I thought I'd share it anyways because it was quite a day. So I went to Hamilton yesterday, and Hamilton's an hour from me, so whenever I go there I like to make my trip worthwhile. So I had arranged 8 pickups, and I wanted to do some sourcing as well and visit my sister and the family. So as I was actually leaving, like I had been driving down the street for like not even 1 minute, I remember that I needed to get an oil change on my car. So that just like added a whole other aspect into the mix. So I called the place, and thankfully they had a slot for me at 2:30, and it was like 11 now, so I'd be getting to Hamilton at like 12. So I kind of had to find a way to work everything into the schedule. So I was a bit stressed out yesterday, but everything worked out eventually, but it was still quite a day. So my first stop, I've been looking for a shelf for my basement to organize my cardboard boxes for quite some time now, like a few months. And I found one on the side of the road the other day, but my boyfriend ended up using it in his shed because it wasn't like super sturdy and he had to nail it to the shed. So I found this shelf. I'm going to throw a picture up so you guys can see. So looking at the picture, it looks like a big industrial shelf, right? Like one that you would put like in your garage, in your basement. And it's like a 6-tier shelf. So I was like, okay, this is going to be great for the box. And then I was messaging the person I arranged to meet with them. So I get there, and like even before when we were messaging on Facebook, I was saying stuff like, oh, like does it come apart? I really hope it's going to be able to fit into my Ford Focus hatchback. And the person was like, oh yeah, it'll fit there, no problem. So I'm like, okay. So I got there, I backed into the driveway planning to disassemble the shelf and be on my way. I get there, and the guy takes me to the house, which is weird because he had the garage open, and I thought it was going to be in the garage. I'm not even kidding. This shelf was this wide and this high. And like, I'll throw the picture up again so you can really gauge what my frustration was, because it looked like I should have taken a picture of the small shelf. But like, literally like this high. I'm like, I almost burst out laughing because I was like, I don't think that's the same shelf. And yeah, I was like this little old man, and he was like going on, he was like, oh, it's so sad to part with it. I'm like, well, you don't have to worry about that because I'm not buying this. And he wanted $80 for it. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pass. And then I think it was his wife that I was messaging on Facebook, so I sent her a message. I was like, sorry, I had to pass, like your photo was pretty misleading. And then she just didn't answer, and then she'd lower the price by $10. So that was stop number 1 of 8. So my second stop, I was supposed to pick up some storage bins for my clothes, and with the whole, like all of my stops and making sure I was at the oil change on time, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it in time. And because some of the stops were in Hamilton and some were in Ancaster, and there's even one in Burlington, so it's like kind of all over. So I had to kind of map out in my head like where I wanted to go first, and like it was a whole mess. So then after, I thought I was going to be at least 20 minutes disassembling the shelves, and then I messaged this guy. I was like, hey, I'm going to be able to make it to get the shelves, because he said he had someone else who was going to come at 2 to get them, and this was like at like 12. But then like, so then I put the GPS into his house because there was another stop like 5 minutes from him. So I was like, hey, if he doesn't answer, I'll just go to the other spot first. So then as I'm driving, like he messages me and says like, oh, the other person already e-transferred. So I'm like, well, crap. So I pulled over, put in the other person's address, and went to go get it. So this was like my favorite stop, and I got a bicycle. I've been looking for one for a while. I have this one bike that I use right now. I got it at a yard sale last year for $15. And like it gets the job done. It's just like a little crappy bike. It's cute. Someone painted it pink. But I needed something better. So here is the bike I got. It is an 18-speed mountain bike, and it's my favorite color. Really nice. It'll be perfect for going to the post office. And yeah, the guy let me test drive it down the street. I rode it around, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this bike. And it's purple, so obviously I love it. So that was my second stop. That one was good. So then after that, I actually went and did some sourcing at Ancaster Value Village because that's where I was in the area. And then I just like gave myself enough time to get my oil change. Did that, dropped my car off, walked to Talese while my oil was done, and then walked back. Then went to my sister's house. And then this is when the disaster happens. Well, I mean, the first stop was a disaster and the second stop didn't even happen. So like I'm already kind of pissed off at like Facebook Marketplace today. So this girl, she's in Burlington, which is like 20 minutes from my sister's house. So I'm supposed to pick up this rose gold mirror. And so like she knew I was coming, we had arranged it, and I messaged her, I was like, hey, like I'm on my way, I'll be there in 20 minutes. Didn't get an answer. And then I pull up there, so she just told me the address, and I had no idea it was an apartment building, because I was just expecting to go up and like knock on the door and be able to contact her like that. So I get there, and it's a whole apartment complex. And so I'm sitting in my car, messaging her, she's not answering. I send her like a whole spam of messages, like just like dots, because like I don't know, I thought that she had her phone like somewhere and she just wasn't hearing it. So I was like, I sent a message, I was like, hey, hoping you'll hear your phone by me sending these messages. I swear there's like 30, I'll post them up here. So I was there for half an hour, wasn't getting anything from her, so I went in to the lobby and like obviously I couldn't get in, and then like I tried looking on the registry thing to see if her last name would come up and it didn't. So I was like just standing there, I was like, I don't know what to do, because I just like if I don't get this mirror it would have been like a 40-minute drive out of my way. So thankfully I had earlier, I don't know why, but I like recognized her profile picture, and then I see this girl like walking her dog like to the other door of the apartment, and I was like, okay, I swear that's the girl. So then thankfully when she came back in, she came in the door that I was in. So I was just like, hey, are you selling a mirror on Facebook Marketplace? She's like, oh yeah, that's me. So I'm just like, yeah, I've been waiting here, I tried messaging you. So yeah, at this point it was like, I got there at 9:15, I didn't leave until 9:40 because I like waited there for so long. But I'll show you the mirror and you'll see why it was worth it. It's so cute. So now I have to drive back to Hamilton. I have 2 more stops in Hamilton at this point, and then I have 1 more stop in Caledonia. So I drive to my 1 stop and it's a porch pickup. I e-transferred her, that one was easy, no problem. The second one was another mirror. Actually, the 2 mirrors that I got are identical. One's a full-length mirror and one's like a decorative one. So I pull up to the stop where I'm getting the mirror and I knock on the door. Like I see lights on upstairs, but I knock on the door and there's no answer, and then I'm just like standing on the porch and like I'm looking at the front door, and there's like these giant spiders just like all around the door frame, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like it literally looked like the door to the front of a haunted house. I'm like, okay, these bugs are gonna like follow me, this is disgusting. So I like knocked again and like jumped back, and the guy finally came down. He was in his pajamas, like he was probably in bed or something, and I was like, sorry, like I explained what happened with my other meeting and it's whatever. So got the mirror, left. I was like, finally. So I don't even know what time it was at this point. Like this is like late in the night. So then my next stop was in Caledonia, which was like half an hour from Hamilton, and we just did another porch drop off, e-transfer, because like it was, I think I got to his house at like 11 o'clock at night, and then from there I still had another hour drive home. So yeah, that was my day. It was just exhausting. Like I just came home and just crashed right into bed. So yeah, Facebook Marketplace, kind of sketchy, but whatever. I got 6 out of the 8 things I was supposed to pick up, so I'm happy. So now I'm going to show you what I got. So in my area currently it is large article pickup. So people put like all their big stuff that can't normally be picked up by the garbage out at the curb. And what people do is a lot of people drive around and like take stuff that they want. Excuse me. So I was driving and I saw this mirror, and I kid you not, I've never like stopped and like turned my car around so fast. Like I passed and I was like, nope, there was like a little like driveway. So I turned in that, and let me just get it over here. So someone was throwing this out. You can probably like see the camera in this. Woo, and the ring light. Like look how cute. These are really popular, like this style, the wicker mirror. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, if I paint it. I'm like, why would someone get rid of that? And then I found this picture frame. So this was at one person's house, and then my other things are from another person's. I don't know if I'm going to keep it, paint it, or donate it, because like it's still in good condition. Someone would buy it. And so literally like 2 days ago, I was thinking, I was like, I really need like a big bowl for the kitchen for like mixing stuff. And I found a set of them. So someone had gotten rid of this one and these two little bowls. And these were in the back of my car like as I was driving, and they were just rattling up a storm. I'm like, every time I made a stop, I'm like, hey, I need to move those bowls, and I never did. I kept forgetting. Typical me. And finally, I got this little wicker basket. No idea what I'm going to use it for yet, but it was too cute to not pick up. Right, so that was my free stuff. Alright, so first up, I already showed you the bike earlier. So second thing I picked up was this mirror. Probably can't see it that well because, you know, reflections. But it is rose gold, copper. As you know, I'm obsessed with rose gold. If you watch any of my other videos, I love rose gold. Rose gold. And it's new in box. It's from IKEA. This was $25 for the big one. Like, trying not to break it. And the second mirror, these two mirrors match. Here's a full body one. Same color, new in box. And this one was $40. Which I was kind of like, that sucks because the other one was $25. But oh well, I still love it and it was worth it. It's got all the attachments still in it too. And so the one porch pickup that I did, it's a gift for one of my friends, so I'm not going to show it in case you watch this video. And my shelf, new in box, so I will show a photo of what it looks like. And so this is going to be for all my cardboard boxes, because right now they are kind of organized but also kind of a disaster. Like they're all like, some of them are broken down, some of them are not. I have the broken down ones shoved in the ones that aren't broken down, and I have them kind of like in an L shape in the corner of my basement. But I just want it to be more organized so I can find boxes easier, because sometimes I need to find a specific size one and it's pretty difficult when I have to like move them all and look through them all. So yeah, well, there you have it. So that's my Facebook Marketplace disaster of a day, but I ended up getting all my stuff late at night. So yeah, thanks for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you do that. Turn that red button into gray and give me a thumbs up as well. Bye!